Hi, guys, today I came back as promised with the surge protection device part 2. Today we'll learn how to calculate the parameters for the selection of a surge protection device, to protect your end devices whether it's at they used for industrial or domestic applications. Before going ahead, I request you guys to please like and subscribe my channel. Let's start, guys. In our previous video, we learned what is AUC/MCOVs, and why it is an important factor while you are selecting an SPD. Recapping where is swiftly and quickly, that UC is the response to ground all the transients above the selected UC value. To understand it more better way, I will you how to calculate the parameter UC. The TT earthing system is used in Pakistan, Asian countries as well England. So, focusing on TT earthing, we must calculate that parameter formula from IEC 60364 provided table. And it says that you must multiply your phase to the neutral voltage by a factor of 1.1. Now we calculate the voltage UC by multiplying the phase by neutral voltage, which is 230 by 1.1, and we get our desired voltage, which is 254 volt. Now, what does it mean that if any voltage that is above 254 volts hits our system, then the SPD will suppress it to earth? Now let's understand in a more attractive way. You see that the SPD will remain inactive on any volt below as well as our calculated 254 volts. But as above 254 volts hits our system, the SPD will bypass it to the ground. Hopefully, guys, you understand UC completely. Now let's move to another important parameter, which is TOV, called temporary overvoltage. This is the protection that SPD will provide for temporary transients that come into our system. Table IEC 60364 guides us to select the temporary overvoltages by multiplying your phase to line voltage, which is 230 by a factor of 1.45. Simply it means that the value you get by multiplying the guided 1.45 factor by phase to neutral voltage, which is 230, we get 334, and these 334 volts should you just stand by SPD for 5 seconds. And for line neutral to potential, the SPD is to hold the 1200 volts for 200 milliseconds. So, this is the TOV parameter. Now you are clear with the parameter TOV. Let's move to another important parameter, which is UP protection voltages. Please be informed that you have to select the UP as per the provided reference protection voltage of your appliances. If the SPD is not selected as per your device reference protection voltage, then the SPD will not provide their UP protection for your respected device, and unfortunately, the surges will damage your device, which led to the failure of your equipment. Now the IEC has categorized the equipment into 4 category levels: Category 1, 2, 3 and Category 4. In Category 4 contains an energy meter, and the protection voltage should be selected at 6 kV. If you have Category 3, which contains switchboards and sockets, then the reference voltage will be 4 kV. If you have Category 2, which mainly consists of domestic appliances like washing machine, toaster, AC, then you have to SPD of 2.5 kV. And if you have sensitive electronics like PC, laptops and PCBs, then you have to select the reference voltage 1.5 kV, which falls in equipment Category 1. Now let's understand it by a video demonstration. You see, if there is no surge protection device installed, the surge will destroy your PC. But if you have a surge protection device with their respected UP, then it will provide protection against transient UPS. Now let's talk about the surge currents that can be generated in transmission or distribution lines due to the grid or because of environmental factors, like if a tree's branch touches the power lines or lightning strikes on the power line or near the power line, will create the surges. These surges are categorized into 3 types. One is IN, which is the nominal current and is used for SPD type 2, and it has the waveform of 8/20 US microsecond. The second one is IMP, impulse current, which is used for SPD type 1, and it has a waveform of 10/350 microseconds. And the third one is the IMAX. So let's understand each category one by one. Type 2 has a waveform of 8/20. If hits the system, the SPD should suppress the surge at least 20 times during its life cycle. And the same goes for SPD Type 1, which has the waveform of 10/350 microseconds. It means that SPD should be suppressed. This waveform hits the system 20 times during its whole life cycle. Now it's time to discuss Imax. What is Imax? The Imax is the same as the IN for an SPD Type 2 and IM for SPD Type 1, but here the SPD should suppress these surges at least one time during its whole life cycle. In the market, there are three types of surge protection devices available: Type 1, 2, and 3. Type 2 also is used at the switchboard where there is no lightning protection system installed at the building. Whether it's active or passive, we will discuss this later, in earthing related upcoming videos, in which I will explain what the active or passive type of lightning protection system is. But for now, let's stick to our SPD types. So, number 1 is Type 1, which is used at the switchboard inside the building for the protection of a lightning protection system installed on the top of the building. Type 3 will be used adjacent to Type 1 or Type 2 if the distance is increased by 30 meters from the surge protection device to the appliance which is needed to be protected. In adjacent Type 2 or Type 3 will be used for extra protection. Now let's understand it with a video demonstration. Here you see there is a lightning strike onto or near to power line or distribution line, creates a high kiloamp surge in the line, which resulted in high kiloamp surges beginning to travel power lines to our end devices. See, there are two cases: one has a surge protection device, and if any surge comes, it will suppress it out, but while in another case, there is no surge protection device installed, any high kiloamp surge will be able to destroy the device. If your SPD is burned out by a high kiloamp surge, then you have to replace it as soon as possible. Because burned SPD cannot suppress the surges, leading to the failure of equipment. Now let's discuss the model of installation. There are three modes of installation: the phase of to neutral, between phase to phase, and the neutral to earth. For the TT earthing system, we have mainly focused on phase to neutral protection. It means a differential mode of protection. While in common mode there is the other thing between phases and the potential earth. But we are interested to do protection from phase to neutral, phase to potential earth, and neutral to earth protection. How it will be possible? Let's see the energy meter. All the phases 1, 2, 3 and the neutral goes into the SPD, and for neutral to earth protection it is provided from here. Now it's time to show you the sheet that will help you to select the SPD with just a few clicks. Here is the sheet. You have selected the parameters, building height, and region area for the calculation of Imax. From here you find the Imax and after Imax. You can know that the IN or IIMP is half of Imax. Further parameters can be easily found by just selecting the line-to-line voltage and the category of the equipment, and the sheet will give you the values of TOV and UC. Now, found out all parameters of an SPD. Now you just go to the manufacturer sheet and check your design SPD. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and in the future, I will come up with other interactive videos for you. If you need this sheet, just comment on your email address in the comment section, so I can send you the sheet for the selection of SPD. Thank you. See you. 25 mm UPVC conduit floor.